We live. Say what needs to be said. It's your boy, Mr. Pick Six, in the building. How y'all doing on this Friday? Friday night vibes. We vibing, we hanging out, we chilling. And I'm in the man cave, getting it going. You see what's behind me? It's football season. Got the greatest ever. Tom Brady behind me, baby. Anybody know? Do we think Patrick Mahomes can dethrone Tom Brady as the greatest ever? That's going to be a debate for a while because the Mahomes is doing his thing. But breaking news. First and foremost, big congratulations to Tua Tagovailoa on his well-deserved, humongous $200 million contract. Mr. 123, congratulations to Mr. 123, Tua Tagovailoa on his well-deserved contract. Hey, when I say well-deserved, I mean the regular season. He earned that contract during the regular season. But now that you have that contract, comes a lot of pressure. And when I say pressure, man, you got to deliver championships. You got to at least win one. If you don't win one, you think, the noise been loud in the past. Me calling you Mr. 123 and all those things. Hey, if you don't deliver a championship, man, Miami, they are coming. The expectation is going to be there, though. And hard as I am on Tua, I think they could build around him and get something done. So we're going to see how this pan out. Getting that contract, too. Getting that big contract, it's like a big weight off his shoulder. So for Tua, him, crossing that path and getting that over with and not having to think about that anymore, and because playing and having a contract on your mind can really detour you from how you maneuver and play and stuff like that. But it gives you a big, big confidence booster. And, he's going to come in there. He's the man. Can't nobody say nothing to him. He's a $200 man, guaranteed money. And he understands that. So, like I said, he can go in there with a different tone, different leadership. He can be more confident. He could be more authoritative and things like that. So we'll see how it goes for Tua. Mr. Tua Tagovailoa, Mr. 123, congratulations. Miami, man, y'all got to deliver a Super Bowl, man. We down here in South Florida. We waiting to turn up. Miami Dolphins win the Super Bowl. Do you understand? The city of Miami, South Florida. I'm from Lauderdale. I'm just saying the city of South Florida. The city of Miami, South Florida be turned up, man. It'll be lit, man. So once again, breaking news. Shout out to Tua Tagovailoa on his 4-year, $200 million plus contract. Well deserved. Hey, man, that's what the regular season for. You could get a big contract, but if you want to be known as the greatest ever, you got one of the greatest ever, or an elite quarterback, to ever play the game. You got to deliver championships, AFC championship, Super Bowl, make it to the Super Bowl or something, playoffs. But so that's Tua Tagovailoa. But what's going on in Pittsburgh? Who will be the man in Pittsburgh? We got Russell Wilson out there. Couldn't handle himself in Denver. He left Pete Carroll out there in Seattle. Went to Sean Payton, the Mr. Alpha Dog, Sean Payton, and him and Sean Payton couldn't get along. And that's what leads me here right now. Because players can fall into a perfect scheme, which may be the only reason some players thrive in the NFL. Russell Wilson was drafted to the Seattle Seahawks and Pete Carroll into a West Coast offense that allowed Russell Wilson to play to his strengths, scrambling around to create plays that's when he's at his best. Now that Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson have parted ways, Wilson, to no surprise, is struggling to find an identity. Like a lot of quarterbacks, but only the great survive, going to another team. Russell Wilson elite days are over with. You hear me speak about the grass isn't greener on the other side, and that includes me. That goes for everybody. But only the strong can maneuver that green grass on the other side. Now, I know it's hard. I know it's a hard task for us to be true and stay true and keep it real with ourselves. because you know, I understand, like I say, it's hard for us to keep it real and be true to ourselves when we're evaluating ourselves on our performances and where do we fit in at, right? And maybe it's just hard to understand we may not be successful if we have to go play for another team. But it can quickly become a reality. Then you realize your teammates don't receive your leadership the same, despite, you know how everybody received your leadership where you was previously. Now, you see, I complained, but I showed my desire to move on from the Patriots. But that was because of a good reason. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. Things weren't good on and off the field. Now, I was balling on the field, but it was just a big, unfortunate disagreement. A little disagreement. It wasn't a big, unfortunate disagreement. It was a little disagreement. It was just, Bill Belichick. It was basically his way or the highway, right? But it didn't matter for me. I was an elite cornerback, whatever team, whoever I had to go to. And, that's why I had to lead the Patriots. And, that don't happen often with players leaving one team and going to another team and still remaining that elite player. So that's the situation Russell Wilson is falling into. He left Pete Carroll. He was doing his thing, balling out of control, playing to his strengths, scrambling out of the pocket and making plays. And boom, start feeling yourself. You get with different people in your life. Different people come and go, and they get in the air, and you start feeling different ways. And then, all of a sudden, your ego is different than how it used to be. And now you want things your way. So now you gotta go. That's what happened. You go to Sean Payton, and you realize every coach is not like Pete Carroll. Sean Payton is a different type of animal. And obvious, Russell Wilson wasn't ready for that. But then you got Justin Fields. Who would you start, Justin Fields or Russell Wilson? Justin Fields is a younger, eager, and hungrier player with more upside, which is just talk. He hasn't had great coaching up to this point, in my opinion, coming from the Bears. And I'm not sure how much better of a quarterback he will get as a Pittsburgh Steelers, because Ben Roethlisberger wasn't the most technically sound quarterback. He created much of his success with his legs, something you really can't teach. But Fields, don't get it twisted. He is a great runner, but he's not really a runner type creator type player. You understand what I'm saying? He can just run because he has no other choice. He couldn't find a read or find an open man, so he runs. You understand? That's the difference between being a creator and just a runner. Now, the whole point that this is leading to is Coach Tomlin. Because you can be successful with one quarterback, just like a player. A player can be successful in one scheme. But now that Ben Roethlisberger is gone and the Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett experience is gone, where's the leadership? Where is the being able to evaluate and draft the players to fit the position and fill that void of elite dynamic player like Ben Roethlisberger? Because a lot of talks been going on about Coach Tomlinson and his leadership and all those things. So here's his chance to prove it. And ultimately, this will lead to Coach Tomlin being on the hot seat, in my opinion, right? If he can't succeed without Ben Roethlisberger, is he really a good coach? Because it has to be equal standard for the players and coaches. While players may end up in a good scheme that affords them success, and a coach might end up with a great quarterback. And that might be the only reason why that coach achieves success. And y'all heard me say that a lot and all the time with Bill Belichick. if Coach Tomlinson, I keep saying Tomlinson. Why I can't see? Is that his name? It's Coach Tomlin, right? If Coach Tomlin wants to win today, he needs to start Russell Wilson. Justin Fields, in my opinion, is a bona fide backup quarterback. He can develop into a pretty good quarterback, but in Pittsburgh and with Coach Tomlin, I don't see them developing quarterbacks and making them elite and putting the tools and players around, those players to be elite. So that was the issue with Coach Tomlin and Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger is an awesome quarterback. And now, like I say, it's Coach Tomlin's time to show who he is and the type of coach he is. And until then, let's just say Coach Tomlin days are numbered. I don't know, man. All the experiences, all you drafted Kenny Pickett with the 20th pick. That went kind of so-so. Then you went with Mitch Trubisky. He's gone. He's a Colt now. And then Kenny Pickett was traded to the Eagles. So in the draft, I'm expecting the Pittsburgh Steelers to have to draft another quarterback, and they're going to draft a quarterback again because this experience is not going to work out. And will Coach Tomlin be the quarterback? Will they let him make the decision to be able to draft again? Or will it be another head coach? And the possible head coach could be Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is going to be a hot coach coming up this next offseason. And it's going to be two teams that really going to have their eye on Coach Belichick. And one of them is going to be Pittsburgh Steelers, in my opinion. All right, we're going to see. But Coach Tomlin, if he can step up and figure this thing out with his quarterbacks, he can prove that he's a legit coach. But I guess that's just me. I'm hard on coaches. I'm hard on players and coaches in the scheme and the players that you get. Because if you get awesome players, anybody can coach that, right? All you got to do is maintain, have a little bit of leadership, or let them do what they need to do, and let them go and make them go out and play. And you win, so you become a great coach. That's just me, though. I have a different eye and view of things, so I look at things from a different point of view. And I don't give you your flowers that easy. You got to earn them flowers. Because me, I had to earn my flowers, so it's only right that I hold the same standard for everybody else. It's all good. It's all good. If you don't like to say what needs to be said, don't come to say what needs to be said, because I'm gonna say it, baby. All right. Shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, and Ben Roethlisberger. Me and Ben Roethlisberger been through a lot of battles. He got me a few times. I got him a few times. That's great on great. That's how I go. But how about them Cowboys? The Cowboys, man, let me tell you, the Cowboys are in trouble. The suspense and entertainment is something we look forward to when dealing with Jerry Jones' team, the Cowboys. The Cowboys are in trouble. Why? Because these three players demand big paydays. Now, when you wear that star on your helmet and you take the field as a Cowboy, it signifies, one, you are on America's #1 team. Now, two, you are a football celebrity. And the more you produce, the more you become one of the most popular players in the NFL, just because of that star on your helmet. For years, the Cowboys have been the league's most valuable franchise, and this year is no different, with a $9 billion market evaluation. $9 billion with a B. Jerry Jones created a superstar environment from the time he took ownership of the team in 1989, with superstars like superstar Hall of Famers like Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, and Emmitt Smith. That era set the standards for how or what it means to play for the Dallas Cowboys and to wear that star on your helmet. Now, you absolutely see the passion that Michael Irvin speaks with when he's speaking on his team, the Dallas Cowboys. Mike, Troy, and Emmett really put that franchise on their back and uplifted that franchise and elevated it to a different status, because ultimately they won. And when you win, everything gets better. But they didn't just win. When they won, they were extremely entertaining while winning. And it looked like the best thing to be a part of at the time. And during that era, Mike used to be catching touchdowns and going on the middle field like he used to be doing karate and all type of things. Now, along with the fun, Michael Irvin, i.e., and some more other players, and RIP to the other players who have been a part of this. We have a few players that broke the rules. We're going to say it like that, in which they made headlines and controversy sells, right? And there was a lot of controversy during that era. We know that was back in the 80s and 90s, the drug epidemic came around and all that stuff. And then they had drug allegations, women allegations, and all type of stuff. So they were always headline news. But one thing I respect about Jerry Jones is he staying with his players. I have a genuine love, and he has a genuine love for his players. Even 30 years later, you see him still kicking it with Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Dion, and so on. Now, for me, I think Mr. Kraft would evolve into that type of owner. But Belichick got in his way, man, right? And now I think Mr. Kraft sees and he wants to change the outlook of how people perceive how he looks at his players, and he wants to change that dynamic for the future player. And I think that's a goal of Mr. Kraft, being that he was so brainwashed with Belichick. So shout out to Jerry Jones and Bill Belichick, you know what I mean? But for Jerry, because Jerry, like I say, he built this superstar environment, right? What happens when everyone is a superstar? Everyone wants to be paid like one. And this is where the Cowboys may be forced to rebuild their team, because Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Parsons, they all want big, hefty, significant paydays. Now, CeeDee Lamb is holding out of training camp and wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback. Then you got Michael Parsons. He wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback. But in my heart, in my true heart, in my heart of hearts, I don't think Jerry Jones believes in Dak anymore. Dak really had his turn. 8 years and hell of a chances. But in order to run a business and get your team to the level that Jerry Jones has, you have to know how to sell the media, right, about the future of the team. And it's one thing to sell the media, and it's another thing to really believe what your team is capable of. Now, Jerry Jones says he still believes in that. But if we all are watching the same tape, I believe he's setting up for a big move. Yeah, I said it, and I keep saying it. He's setting up for a big move. And he got to figure this junk out, because this team and this environment he put together is not working out. And yeah, Dak had a great year statistically. He was second runner-up MVP and all that stuff, but it wasn't a championship. He didn't deliver the championship. And now the contracts aren't getting just handed out to everybody. CeeDee Lamb and Michael are the future, but CeeDee isn't a great game breaker. Yeah, you can set up plays to be designed for him, but he isn't the game breaker. Setting up plays and getting people the ball is that's just force ball, because you need to set up plays to win the game and win the championship. And we all see this. It's right in front of our eyes. The three horsemen, these guys all want big paydays. And Jerry Jones has some huge decisions to make for the future of Dallas Cowboys. And that leads me to believe one thing and one thing only. I promise you, this one is a true belief, and this one it's a 90% chance this happens. Bill Belichick will be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys next year. I said, a lot of people said it, but this is definitely the time. It will happen next year. Because ain't nothing gonna change. What happens when you keep when you keep doing the same thing and thinking you're gonna get a different result? We call that insanity. And that's what's going on in the Cowboys nation. They over there doing the same thing over and over, thinking they're gonna get a different result. And that different result gonna come from Bill Belichick. Invite me up there, Bill. Let me be the DB coach, D coordinator or something. Defensive quality of control or something. Hook a brother up. I'll come be a Cowboy for a couple of days, or come enlighten the DB crew out there. Hey, but let's get into some funny mess, because let me see how we're gonna put this. How are we gonna talk about this? The press conference. Did y'all see the press conference with DeShaun Foster, the head coach of UCLA? Oh man, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into it. But let me give y'all a little backstory. Ex-running back DeShaun Foster, who was drafted in the second round by the Carolina Panthers, is now the head coach at his alumni, the UCLA Bruins. And bro had a press conference to introduce the team to the new conference, the Big Ten, which they were previously in the Pac-12. Man, y'all check this out. Please check this out.
We'll begin with your opening statement.
How you guys doing? I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a part of this great conference. Finally putting two great emblems together, UCLA and the Big Ten. We're a school that's won, 123 championships, so this fits us being right in this conference. Football-wise, we're just excited. I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in LA. It's us and USC. I'm just basically excited, really. That's it. Any questions?
What in the world was that? What was going on there? what was going on? Hey, that's gonna go down as a classic. Hey, it be like that sometimes. But my boy looked unprepared, and he looked like he was having maybe a nervous breakdown. Anxiety was getting to him. But he stayed calm. But at a press conference, a head coach is supposed to let everyone know what to expect or get everyone to buy into whatever the coach is preaching. The coach has a chance to get the team and fans fired up and ready for the season. Coach Foster gave us 35 seconds of basically nothing. But only he is happy to be at UCLA. And if I didn't know anything else about UCLA, the one thing I do know and the one thing I did learn is UCLA is in LA and along with USC. And bro, it was like he was looking around like he caught that moment like, help, I need to phone a friend. Somebody there. But it wasn't nobody there. It was like being on that island. It was being that corner, being lonely out there on that island, right? Now, I can only imagine how UCLA's season would pan out after watching this. But it was just having fun, right? Because just because you play football doesn't mean we can coach football, right? All us great players think we can teach it. No, you got to know how to be a teacher and a leader amongst men to be able to teach other men. Now, How would you feel after watching your head coach, who you just invested in and voted for to be the coach? Because I'm sure the alumni right now, they are very skeptical after hearing and watching their head coach take the podium and deliver a non-hype speech as we just watched. Man, that was funny. That was funny. Your dream job. If you land your dream job, the least you can do is be prepared. You have to be prepared at all costs and even be prepared for the unexpected. And talking in front of crowds, I know is not the easiest thing to do, but a head coach, you know this is a part of your job and a part of your contract. So you have to have media training and media preparation and understand this is about to happen and go attack it like you attack the football field and be prepared. But that totally didn't take place. And for coaches and players, we have to do interviews and press conferences because this is how the game is marketed, right? This is how the game is put out to the masses. But if it's my job and it's my dream job, I will make sure I have rehearsed my speech over and over and over. I mean, I would have rehearsed my speech to my wife, to my kids, maybe some of the alumni. Tell me how you think. This is my first time being a head coach. I don't want to leave no stones uncrossed. Nothing to leave left to bite me in my butt, just like what happened. And I'm gonna go up there and kill that speech. But this is a part of marketing and this is part of life and part of football, and things happen. But when bad things happen, how do you bounce back? And for DeShaun Foster, Coach Foster, winning changes everything. Losing makes everything worse. But a speech doesn't decide the season. But it can damn good give us a good indication of what to look forward to. And I don't know. We got to look for more to come from Coach Foster because that was pretty enlightening right there, man. Oh man. Slick. Rick the vegan barber in the building. What's happening, baby? I messed up on unprepared. Reading these comments real quick. I want me to get into the Eagles. All right, I'm gonna talk about the Eagles first. Let me get into I gotta talk about these cornerbacks. In the top 10 cornerbacks. Hey, y'all heard about the 18-game season? Let me know in the comments, man, if y'all heard about an 18-game season. Because this is becoming a travesty. With 18 games, they just had 17. 18 games in a season is actually becoming realistic now. Because the NFLPA and the NFL offices are seriously talking about the expansion of 18 games. But why? And the collective bargaining agreement is in place until 2030, I'm sorry, which specifically states the league and the owners prohibit from extending the season to 18 games. If the NFLPA is here to protect players, why are they entertaining an 18-game season? And we were just at a 17-game season just last year. And it's like the collective bargaining agreement don't expire till like six seasons. It's 6 seasons away. And it's becoming a topic. And it's becoming a heavy topic. Because we all know why. The profit of a dollar is what matters. Right? The profit of a dollar will always be the most important thing because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand the more you play, the more players are subject to injuries, right? The more you play, the more physical this game gets. The more games you play, the more players are subject to injuries. It's just as simple as that. 18 games is extremely dangerous. And athletes continue to get bigger, stronger, and faster. So running into each other is not getting no easier. But we all know the future of NFL is to grow. They want to go international. Eventually it's going to be 20 games, not just 18. And 18 games makes more money. But let's be for real. 18-game season. If you played an 18-game season for 10 years, there's no way you walk out of there healthy. 18 games, 18-game seasons for 10 years, and they think players are supposed to walk out healthy? There's no way. It's not physically humanly possible, in my opinion. But the NFL is a monopoly in which everything around the NFL, it profits. The NFLPA, Sports Center, all these things around the NFL profit or is directly paid by the NFL entity. And the fight from the NFLPA union puts up is really a joke because the NFL get away with whatever they want to get away with. And if you don't give the NFL what they want, people going to get fired. This only the second season of playing 17 games and we talking about 18 games. That is crazy. And for the fans and the supporters and things like that, I know it looks easy to see us out there on the field playing football. Something looks like we love, but it is stressful, mentally exhausting, painful, and a whole other lot of things. Like it affects your life mentally. You know, it's hard for us to become regular civilians in regular life after playing so many years and banging our head. And now 18 games is becoming a reality. But we'll see, man, if the NFLPA put up a good fight, because NFLPA and the players hold the key to everything, which is the asset, the players. And the only thing players we can do is hold out. Hold out and say, no, we're not going for it. 17 games is enough. That's more than enough. That's beyond enough. I played 16 game seasons for my whole career. And I walked out pretty cool. You know, 18 games. All right. Let's see how that go. All right, man. It seems like I'm going to have to do this every year, man. It seems like I have to take up for the disrespect that is allowed or portrayed in the NFL for the unpopular players. Because the unpopular players don't get the respect that they deserve and they deserve, basically. So like I said, I guess I got to do this every year. And this message is loud and clear. This message is for DeRon Bland. This is for you, homie. You need to take this disrespect personal and wear it on your shoulders, cuz, and go out there and just snap. You were the best cornerback last year, and no one is giving you respect. Just know I am. Professional football is a job. So imagine you had a job and your job title was in sales. And you were a salesperson along with your peers, and you are the highest grossing revenue salesman in the company at the position. But when it's time for the boss to hand out rewards, you are the last person to be acknowledged, and most of your peers have 80% less sales than you. Let's just use that percentage right there. 80% less sales than you. Right? How does that make you feel? You are the highest gross revenue seller at the company. You're killing everybody by a milestone. But when it's time for boss man to acknowledge anyone, you don't get knowledge. You're the last one to be acknowledged. This is all this is about. What value do you add to the company or team? And DeRon Bland, if you're doing business and you're doing evaluations of assets, DeRon Bland by far is the biggest asset to his defense, his team. How much can you produce for your team is what it's about. And if you break that down, how much DeRon Bland produced for his team, we all would have the same outcome. And that would be DeRon Bland is number one at the position easily. And for the life of me, I can't understand how DeRon Bland was the most productive player at the position last season, but doesn't make ESPN's top 10 list of best players at the position entering into the 2024 season. You see, I'm here. I'm going to always advocate for players that deserve the recognition and not getting it. And they're not getting recognized. That's my thing. I'm going to always, let me say it again. I'm going to always advocate for the players, especially cornerbacks that's out there going out there and getting that ball and not getting the recognition. And DeRon Bland is a victim this year. Last year it was Tariq Woolen. This year it's DeRon Bland. All right. ESPN top 10 list. Let's check it out. ESPN top 10 list. You see here, you got Mr. Patrick Surtain, the second at number 1, Denzel Ward, number 2, Sauce Gardner, 3, so on and so forth. Y'all check it out. ESPN top 10 players for the 2024 season. This list was compiled through a survey ESPN conducts with executives, coaches, and scouts to help them rank the top 10 players at the position. All right. Now you see they list. Now we got to get the Mr. Pick 6 top 10 cornerbacks heading into the 2024 season, baby. Hold on. Y'all, I didn't show y'all. I'm sorry. Let me do that over. I'm sorry. I'm new to this. I'm getting true to this. Here we go. All right, my bad. There we go. ESPN top 10 list of cornerbacks heading into the 2024 season. And this list was compiled, from the executive coaches and scouts, like I said previously. All right, here we go. We got Patrick Surtain at number 1. We got Denzel Ward at number 2. Sauce Gardner at number 3. L'Jarius Sneed. Tennessee Titans now at number 4. Jalen Ramsey at number 5. Trent McDuffie at number 6. Jair Alexander, number 7, and so on. Y'all see the list. All right. Now y'all know this is ESPN list. Let me get back to y'all real quick. All right. Now we see that's ESPN list right there. Now we got to get the Mr. Pick 6 top 10 cornerbacks heading into the 2024 season. Who held it down last year coming into this season? And who do I expect to show up and show out and do it big for the 2024 season, baby? You know what I mean? Mr. Pick 6 here, the big dog cornerback, 10 years, 50 interceptions, baby. All right, coming in at number 10, we got Devon Witherspoon, baby. He was exciting his rookie season, but he will be most productive at the nickel position, in my opinion. I expect him to be more productive overall this season, including at the outside cornerback, not just nickel, but at nickel is where he's going to thrive at the most. Now, after gaining valuable experience and confidence coming off his rookie season, watch for a huge upgrade in Witherspoon's play. Shout out to Witherspoon. All right, coming in at number 9. I don't know, man. Maybe he could be number 8 or number 7. We got L'Jarius Sneed. Now, I expect Sneed to step right in for the Titans and not miss a beat. You know, he just left Kansas City, and now he's a Tennessee Titan. He will lock on whoever the team deems necessary, and the team will let him be a dog because he is a dog. And Sneed will go get him. Go get him, Sneed. Go get him. I like his game. I like his game. I like how he get in your face, get his hands on you, and use good technique. All right, coming in number 8, Mr. Pick 6, top 10 cornerbacks heading into the 2024 season. We got Sauce Gardner. All right, Sauce Gardner. I know this may be a little controversial to y'all, but it's a normal pick to me. But even though Sauce didn't record an interception last season and only had 11 passes defended, I got him here because of his disruption and potential. Like when he's pressed man-to-man and he's disrupting the route and throwing the timing off for the quarterback. He is long, tall, and fast. And like I say, he will get his hands on the receiver at the line of scrimmage to make it difficult for the opposing receivers to have a timing with the quarterback. So Sauce Gardner coming in at number 8. All right, number 7. Number 7. Who y'all think I got at number 7? Y'all talk to me. Y'all talk to me. All right, number 7. We got Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey. Now, Jalen Ramsey, you know, my expectations for Jalen Ramsey are always through the roof. I expect him to go crazy any given season. But time after time, we hear excuse after excuse. Come on, baby, just deliver one big season. You know, we hear the coach didn't use him correctly. This wasn't the correct scheme, and so on and so forth. Then you have teammates co-signing for him. You know, when did we ever start making excuses in football? You know, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the coach is, what play is called, who you're guarding. Just go make a play. That's what it's about. If I'm at nickel, I'm at safety, I'm at cornerback, when the ball comes my way, because in a full game, the ball will eventually come your way, go make a play. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. Ramsey is the most gifted athletic cornerback in the NFL, period. So at any time, Ramsey can deliver an epic season. I'm talking about 10 picks, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm waiting on, a 10-plus pick in a 10-plus interception season. You know what I mean? Big Ramsey. Hold it down, baby. Deliver one of them epic seasons. I hope this is the seasons for Ramsey. Go out there and do his thing. So that's Jalen Ramsey coming in at number 7. All right, coming in at number 6, we got Jalen Johnson of the Chicago Bears. Jalen Johnson, my surprise pick of the group, right? Not really on my radar, but after recording his best season last year, you know, with 4 interceptions and I think it was about 15 pass breakups, I expect him to build off of last year because he was awarded that new contract. And when you get that new contract, like I spoke about with Tua Tagovailoa, it breeds a different confidence. It breeds a different attitude. And I expect Jalen Johnson to go out there and have a repeat season, if not a better season. So Jalen Johnson of the Chicago Bears coming in at number 6. All right, at number 5, we got Denzel Ward of the Cleveland Browns. Now, Denzel Ward makes the list at number 5 because he is a scrappy, go-get-it type of cornerback. And, you know, just like any other cornerback or any other defensive player, he benefits from a good defense. But he plays with instinct and confidence, which helps him react to the ball quickly when the ball is being thrown at him. And he's very scrappy. But like I said, for most of the other players and all the other cornerbacks who are not producing to my expectations, I'm waiting to see Denzel Ward have a 5+ interception season, baby. So Denzel Ward, step your game up. The Cleveland Browns, good defense. Go out there and get the ball. More balls. All right, coming in number 4. Well, the disrespect lays right here. The man himself, the man of the hour. We got DeRon Bland. DeRon Bland. Everybody was hating on DeRon Bland. It seemed like when cornerbacks that are unpopular get more interceptions, the more they get hated on. And that was the case for DeRon Bland. And if they wasn't making noise about his season on Twitter and things like that, I don't think they would have even voted him into the Pro Bowl or All Pro. The noise on Twitter forced the hand from the powers to be. Understand that. All right, coming in number 4, DeRon Bland of the College. Let me start it over. Woo! All right, coming in at number 4, DeRon Bland of the Dallas Cowboys. Why I keep saying College. The Dallas Cowboys. The league leader in production himself and interceptions. He created at least 9 turnovers along with 15 passes defended last season. And he is not on ESPN lists. But the one knock I have on DeRon Bland is I want to see him play better when it's November and December, when it really counts. You know, playoff time, playoff football. But he can't be denied because DeRon Bland is a ball hawk. And he proved that in his first 2 seasons because last year he recorded 5 interceptions in his rookie campaign and 9 interceptions in his sophomore campaign. So the sky's the limit for DeRon Bland, and I expect him to continue to build and get better and better and build more confidence because this is only his 2nd year. And he already has 14 interceptions. And no one wants to respect him because other popular favorite players don't get a lot of interceptions. And now it seems like players are being discredited for making turnovers, which is blasphemy. That is horrific. All right, that's DeRon Bland coming in number 4, baby, of the Dallas Cowboys. All right, coming in number 3, we got Charvarius Ward of the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I really, really, really like this pick. He really can be ranked number 1, but I'm a thread lightly with Charvarius Ward based on his resume and his past season. But Charvarius Ward really had a good season, a really good season last year with 5 interceptions and 23 passes defended. And that's the best of his career. Is it because of it was a new scheme and him coming from a new team and being able to be the best that he can be? Like I say, some players need that scheme to reach their full potential. And Charvarius Ward may be that player. But I expect him to build off last season by adapting and getting more comfortable as a San Francisco 49er, whether it's the scheme, the atmosphere, or anything like that. Because, you know, you have a lot of moving pieces up there in San Francisco, but this is only his 2nd year at San Fran. And, you know, he's an in-betweener. He's right there. I'm not sure his age. I think he's going in his 8th, 9th year, but he still has time to grow and time to build. So let's see if this scheme is the perfect fit for him or not. But I expect Charvarius Ward to build off of last season because he was a baller and he's up in your face. He gets the number 1 receiver on the other team. That's what everybody like. I just like you to go get the ball and be productive wherever you may so-called be. So shout out to Charvarius Ward coming in at number 3. Like I said, he could have been number 1 on the list, but I threaded lightly. All right, coming in at number 2, top 10 cornerbacks of the 2024 season. I have the man himself, Patrick Surtain II, Mr. PS2. Now, PS2 is usually number 1 on the list, but his season last season wasn't his typical season. For any cornerback or player playing on a team with so many distractions and a new coach trying to figure things out, and quarterback issues, who will thrive and play to the best of their ability? You know, that's a given, right? So that's what happened with PS2, Patrick Surtain. He's still the same player. It's just who the heck can be the best that they can be if the team has all these type of issues, defensive issues, the defensive coordinator's gone, quarterback issues, head coach has no respect for the quarterback, so the players see it. But with all that being said, I expect PS2 to bounce back in a major way this season and compete for that number one spot where he usually is and truly deserves to be. But you got to earn it, baby. But he is another player due for a huge season. So shout out to PS2 coming in at number 2. Patrick Surtain the second. Now my surprise pick, baby, coming in at number 1. Coming in at number 1. Now this guy's underrated. Derek Stingley Jr. of the Houston Texans, my number 1 pick of the 2024 top 10 cornerbacks heading into the season. Now, Derek Stingley Jr. is coming off a really good season, registering 5 interceptions in just 11 seasons. If Stingley can stay healthy, we possibly can see them numbers double. He is a really good athlete, technician. He has good body positioning, body control, and keeps good leverage, most importantly, to intercept footballs. He only had 5, but it was only in 11 games, right? So this Houston team is going to get better and better, and they're going to grow and grow. So don't be surprised if Derek Stingley Jr. come out there picking off passes and still picking off passes in the playoffs. And by the time the playoffs come, he got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 interceptions. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to Derek Stingley himself. Oh, sorry about that, my people. So yeah, man. Let's get into some controversy, man. Did y'all see I know we all heard about the cop, took out the young black woman. And the only reason I'm speaking, because we all got to speak up. If I don't speak up, then I guess I'm just a part of the problem. And yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same tune every time. If we don't speak up about these horrific acts, it will continue to happen to innocent people. And this time it was a innocent black woman, to be specific in this case. Sorry, y'all. Ooh, drink some more water. Innocent black woman, to be specific in this case. I don't really want to play the video because I don't want to get banned and stuff like that and get a strike on my channel. Because we're growing, baby. Matter of fact, y'all share the channel and let them know, say what needs to be said is in the building. I'm going to cover the Eagles next week. I know everybody want to hear me talk about the Eagles and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, black woman named Sonia Massey called the police to report a possible prowler on the property, breaking in or whatever, only to lose her life because of boiling water on the stove. How awful is that? Man, that is just wicked. You call the police to get some help. You in there cooking, you got boiling water on the stove, and you lose your life. And on the video, the lady says, I rebuke you. That's a black thing. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And the police officer, the huge white cop man, acts like he is just so in fear of his life and does the unthinkable to the woman, right? Now, when he act like he was in fear of his life from the boiling water, he was 20, 30 feet away. How do you feel like your life is in danger from some boiling water of a tiny lady that is 30, 40, 50 feet away from you, man? That is crazy. Life is precious, man. We have to understand that. Not just all the racism and cops and all that's going on, the youth too. Life, we have to understand as humans, life is just precious all around. And man, that is just awful that we can call the cops for help and literally lose our life because the egotistical maniac comes in and destroys anything walking. She literally seen that the cop was getting irritated and having a temper tantrum and was saying, I'm sorry. After he drew his weapon, she bowed down. I'm sorry. And then after the unalive, and when you see the cops talk about, yeah, I'm live, talk about the body cam. So man, that was a horrible situation that went on, man. And yeah, that was wild, man. That was a wild one to watch and to see live in real time because I saw it in real time. But let's get to the comments, man. So we gotta keep speaking up for justice and hope and protect our Black queens because they are the most unprotected humans in our society. That's a real thing, man. That's a real thing. CeeDee Lamb is a top 5 receiver. Do we agree CeeDee Lamb is a top 5 receiver? I don't agree. You know, I would put Tank Dell in front of CeeDee Lamb. I put Tank Dell right in front of CeeDee Lamb with no problem. Just because he gained 2,000 yards doesn't mean he's a top receiver. Now, I play cornerback, he plays receiver. If I gain 10 interceptions, yes, because I have to go earn and create these 10 interceptions. For a receiver, the quarterback can choose to throw the ball to the receiver every stinking play of the game. And if you're getting the ball thrown to you every stinking play of the game, you have no choice but to be successful at some point, to some extent. If you're an average athlete, you can gain over 2,000 yards receiving if you're getting the ball thrown to you 10 times a game. Easy in the NFL. And that's all I think the case is with CeeDee Lamb. This is no shade, no disrespect. And that's just the truth. You know, people say that came out and had they disagreements about CeeDee Lamb playing and things like that, but they backtracked because they seen him continues to be productive and gain all those yards. But still, that doesn't matter when you're playing receiver, like I said, because you can be the quarterback can be tunnel vision when it comes to who to throw the ball to, and I only see you. Or shit, you can be a damn bully and have the damn team scatter you and letting the quarterback know if you don't throw me the ball, we're gonna have a problem. You can be in the quarterback head. All these type of things. I done seen it all when playing football and wanting the ball. You know, T.O., he demanded the ball. We got all type of receivers who demand the ball. So CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion, is not a top 5 receiver. If you still hear Jaja, holla back. If y'all think he a top 5 receiver, y'all talk. If you think he's better than Tank Dell, let me know, because I don't think CeeDee Lamb is better than Tank Dell on any given day. If you put Tank Dell in CeeDee Lamb's shoes, Tank Dell goes for 3,000 yards. Easy. And they will start doubling Tank Dell immediately in their offense. Because speed kills. I don't know what people don't understand about that. You know what I mean? It's not like he's breaking away from defenders left and right to make plays. No, he is making catches, being put in the right position to make catches, which is cool. Yeah, that's how you know it's supposed to be done. But until they win a championship, all this stuff is done in vain, baby. All this stuff is done in vain. Dallas Cowboys are getting ready for Bill Belichick to come in town, because Bill Belichick is the one that could come and fix this whole situation if he let go of his ego and let players be who they want to be. You know what I mean? How am I tripping? Big Herd 92? Tank Dell? Man, y'all done lost y'all mind. See, that's the problem. See, Big Herd 92, I'm done with my, you know what I mean, my the episode, but we're going to stay in vibe and kick because it's Friday night. Big Herd, Tank, y'all get caught up in names and people y'all see on Sports Center and things like that. Like I say, speed kills. Before Tyreek Hill became the number one receiver and everybody's picked as the best receiver, guess what? I already had him as the number one pick. DeShaun McCoy and TJ Houshmandzadeh called me from ESPN. Who's the number one pick at receiver? I told him Tyreek Hill. Speed kills. As a DB, as a cornerback, I'm telling you personally, if I had CeeDee Lamb in front of me or I had Tyreek Hill, I'm going to be terrified when Tyreek Hill's in front of me. I'm going to be licking my chops when CeeDee Lamb is in front of me because I know that the speed is not going to affect me. He's not going to be able to get on my toes and stop me from making a play on his ball. And that's what speed does. And Jerry Jones is starting to realize these things, man, and he's moving on and it is time for him to find the speed that he needs for his team to be successful. Because, hey, these possession receivers in this day and age don't get it, man. In this game today, you need speed, and speed kills, baby. Speed kills. Hey, so we talked about Tua, and like I say, breaking news, congratulations to Tua Tagovailoa for his contract. How do you think Tua embraced this contract now that he's the man, the bona fide man of the team? Ain't no question about it. You are the man. Give me that respect when I walk in the facility, when I'm in the locker room, and so on and so forth. Like I said, it's like give anything else. If you're at your job and bosses, colleagues, and so on and so forth look at you a certain way, they may look at you like you the pup at the job. Now you done got this big old promotion. You are, just as equal to them or above. Now they have to give you that respect because it was a big payday. That's the same thing with Tua Tagovailoa, baby. So can Tua Tagovailoa lead this team to a championship? I always say no. Mr. 1, 2, 3, let it go. Can't happen. That's my nickname. If y'all just new to the show, y'all ain't used to me speaking about Tua Tagovailoa, that coming into the season, that's his name. I started that last year. Mr. 1, 2, 3, and let it go. Mr. 1, 2, 3. I don't think he has what it takes. I've been around some championship quarterbacks in my lifetime. I seen what it takes. I seen that dog. And I don't know if Tua Tagovailoa has it in him. He may have it mentally, but physically, that's a different thing. But the team is good. Don't get it twisted. The team is good. It'll always be a good team. And they will have all the beautiful statistics in the world. They will continue to have all the beautiful statistics in the world. From the great offense, Tyreek Hill, damn near 3,000 yards, going 14-3. But when it's time to move on in the AFC and not be a wild card team and get the first round bye, that's where the problem lies for the Miami Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa. Because when you sign Tua Tagovailoa, you're putting all your eggs into that basket and letting Dolphin Nation know, the team know, we plan on winning a championship with Tua Tagovailoa. Hey, Say what needs to be said, man. Say what needs to be said. Big Herd, what you talking about, Big Herd? You play cornerback too. You a lock Tank Dale up, huh? Man, y'all shout out, man. Tank Dale will smoke you, man. How fast are you? How fast are you, Big Herd? Talk to me. Let me see who else in here. Melrose in the building. Let me give a few shout outs in the chat before we end this live, baby. What do I think about the Patriots? Let's talk about the Patriots a little bit. First of all, I think the new leadership is what's needed with Gerard Mayo being there. I don't like the pick at who they pick for their quarterback at Drake Mays. I think he is a project, and he needs 2 or 3 years up under his belt to be a elite quarterback. But I could be wrong. Now, so that was the first move. And other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it was a premature move by making Gerard Mayo the head coach without that much experience. But when you have that leadership in you, you know how to lead men. You understand what it takes how to construct plays and to win games. You don't really need experience. So if Gerard Mayo can do that, and like you say, and it's about your staff too. So I don't see that staff that we say is the staff that he needs to win, but it's all about how you raise that staff and lead that staff and the whole team and so on and so forth. So we're going to see how Gerard Mayo do it with him leading that staff and the team, because, like I said, I don't expect him to make too much noise with Drake Mays at quarterback. But you never know. You never know. So shout out to the chat. You know what I mean? Say what needs to be said, chat. Big Herd say he running 4.5, baby. You was physical. That ain't fast enough for Tank Dell. I'm just tell you that right now. The Dolphins could have drafted Jalen Hurts. Do you think Jalen Hurts would have been a better quarterback for the Dolphins than Tua Tagovailoa? That's a good question. I think because of the attributes. The accuracy, I think Tua has them on the accuracy, but as far as all the physical attributes, running the ball and things of that nature, yeah, you're right. Jalen Hurts could, if they could have drafted him, boom, that was a big mess up right there for the Dolphins. They didn't draft the Super Bowl winning champion, and now you're trying to win the Super Bowl with his teammate. That's funny. That's funny. Yes, sir. All right, man. Chat. CeeDee Lamb, top 5, top 10 cornerbacks entering the 2024 season. What will the Steelers do? Russell Wilson, his elite days are over. Justin Fields is nothing but a bona fide backup quarterback. And 18-game season. You know about the one thing about the 18-game season? It's funny how marketing works, right? 18-game season. It was just like Joe Burrows came out of nowhere. And he was a puppet. I don't mind. 18-game season, yeah, it's something we can talk about and discuss. I think it's interesting. And who do you think put him up to say that? And all of a sudden, now the NFLPA and the NFL are talking seriously about the expansion of 18-game season. Man, this is crazy. All right, Big Herd. You made receivers want to run. Go route. Hey, man, y'all tune in, man. Y'all make sure y'all let everybody know. Say what needs to be said. I'll be live every Friday. You know, Fridays and Mondays, we do our thing. And, you know, I ain't scared to say what needs to be said. We come vibe, we chat, and we do our thing. Y'all holler, man. Salute. We out. I'm out.